Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, August 19th, and welcome to Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. I'm Jenny from Stampin' with Jen, and I am just getting everything pulled up. There I am on my Facebook page so I can see comments. Make that larger. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It looks like I'm a little off, so let me move my camera just a smidge. Hopefully I don't make anybody dizzy. To make sure it's nice and centered on the camera. So, all right. Are you, is it, all right, oh, perfect. All right, well, thank you and welcome. It is Tuesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. My name is Jenny and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from East Contra Costa County in California, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I'm gonna change this. I've got a different light that's causing, I'm gonna just unplug that light so it doesn't create a glare because you can see plenty without it. So, all right. Welcome, and let's go ahead and get started. Tammy and I decided we wanted to go back to the basics, and the basics being if you are new to card making, if you are traveling and want to be able to make cards but don't want to pack a lot of equipment, which is something actually I will be doing soon. My husband retires in a little while. We have a fifth wheel and we are traveling. We're going to travel, and I'd like to be able to take some of my supplies with me, but I won't always be able to take all of my supplies with me. So these SIP cards, or what we call SIP, stamp, ink, and paper, are the perfect cards for experienced stampers as well as new stampers. And that's why you see I have out here, I have my stamp set, the ink I'm using, and the papers I'm using. And this is the designer series paper I'm using, but sometimes you can just use regular cardstock. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you the card we're making. Now, real quickly, before we get started on that, let me show you. This is the designer series paper I'm going to be using. This is new to our September release of the September online exclusives. And it is called Gathering Together. It is not available until September 3rd, unless you're a demonstrator. If you are a demonstrator, then you have access to it now during pre-order. If you are not a demonstrator, but you would love access to these new items before they go out to the general public, then you can sign up to be a demonstrator and you are able to pre-order like the rest of us. So this is called Gathering Together, and I just love this. I love the colors: Cajun Craze, Pecan Pie, no, Early Espresso, Old Olive, and Crushed Curry. And the fun thing is these are all the A sides, and then the B sides are more solid. And this is a part of a suite, and there is a embossing folder that goes with this. I can't remember the name of it, so, but there is an embossing folder that matches this pattern, and I'm going to be using 2 different side Bs. Actually, I'm not going to be using any of the side As. But, and this is one of the sides I'm going to be using. But I love it. It's got gold accents to it. This one is just the Cajun Craze Basic Beige, I believe that is, and Early Espresso and gold. And then this is sort of a combination of these two. You've got Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Cajun Craze, gold, and it looks like it's a beige, basic beige background. I just love these. Oh, I forgot to show you the side Bs. This is the side B I'm also going to be using on the back of this one. I love it. It's like little, they look like little square dots. I haven't enlarged it. I'd have to enlarge it on my phone. I'm at the age now where we not only use glasses, but we use our phone to take pictures, or we use the camera area to enlarge. I don't know how many of you guys can relate, but that's what I do these days. And then this is sort of like a, I don't know what kind of pattern you would call it. It's just sort of striped, watery, and that's basic beige. And then we have these great plaids with, and this back side is lovely. It's got leaves in a color, I don't want to say, I want to say that could be basic beige, but it sort of has a greenish undertone to it. or grayish undertone to it, but it's got gold accents to it too. And then we have this really pretty plaid with the gold involved, and then this great early espresso. There's like pebbles, it looks like, in there. And then we have, this is a fun one. This is Old Olive in a couple of different shades of Old Olive with gold stripes through it. And then this is like that other pattern that's basic beige, but it's the early espresso with the marks in them. So anyway, this is a fun set. And if you are interested in this, I will put the link directly to it in my blog when September 3rd rolls around, so that if you're interested, you can click directly that. It'll take you straight to the store. Or if you want to jot this number down, no worries, Tammy, welcome. If you want to jot this number down, it's called Gathering Together, and the item number is 165968. And again, this is not available until September 3rd. I'll put that available. I can't spell right now. Available September 3rd. Unless you become a demonstrator, and then you can pre-order. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, just stamps, inks, and paper. We're going to use Cajun Craze. Oh, I forgot to show you the card. Silly me. Here's the card we're going to make. And it's really basic, but what I've done is I've taken the patterned paper, or the designer series paper, and I've personalized it a little bit. I've enhanced it. I've altered it, whatever you want to call it, but I've made it more unique than it already is. So I'm going to use Cajun Craze, and I've got my stamp in here. And this time when I do embellish the inside, I'm going to use stamps. I'm not going to use designer series paper, but we're going to use this. So let me go ahead and get started. This one is the standard open card, but I decided to make use of a piece of Cajun Craze that I already cut that was 11 by 4 1/4. So I just went ahead and scored that in half at 5 1/2. And this is going to be a top opening card rather than a side opening card. So I guess you can say it's opening vertically versus horizontally, if you like that. This is our inside, and this is going to go on the inside here. And then we have our outside that we're going to do. We're going to stamp this, then we're going to have this piece here, and we're going to stamp our sentiment here. And this is just a scratch piece of paper. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do the first, the stamp set I'm using, I'm so scattered right now, is Natural Botanicals. This is not an autumn stamp set. This is a stamp set that I believe it's in their catalog. If not, it's an online exclusive. I can't remember which one. Actually, now I think about it, I think it's an online exclusive, and I think it's a part of a suite, but I'm not 100% sure. I just liked the leaves, and I liked the shaded. And here's the thing, a couple of these leaves, this one and this one, you can't two-step it because of the shape and the curve that they have. But the daisy and this leaf and the cone flower and this leaf here, if you want to stamp it with a background and then stamp over it, you can do that. Those work. But unfortunately, the two bigger leaves don't work. So we're going to use this gray part of this leaf here. We're going to use this leaf and this leaf in our stamping. So let's go ahead and get started. And since we're going to use those, I think what I'll do is I'm going to turn this over. Forgot to get some scratch paper. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Old Olive. Hey, Peggy, welcome. I'm going to use my Old Olive and use the medium size leaf. And I'm going to just sort of stamp here on the inside, sort of like that. But you know what? I think I want to see more of the leaf. So we're going to turn it over because, like we said, there's always two sides to a piece of paper. We're going to do that. Oh, I like that much better. And you know what? I might just use the crushed curry for the smaller leaf, and maybe we'll play with this a little bit. Put a little bit of the smaller leaf here and a smaller leaf here. Oop, Oh, well, we're going to use, luckily we're going to cover that up. So what happens when you drop stamps. So let's go ahead. I'm going to need to clean those two stamps because I'm using them on different colors. So where is there's my chamois. Clean those off real quick. I hope everybody's having a good day. I don't know about you, but my day was busy. I had to go get my tires aligned, get the alignment done on my car, and we're gonna put this on the inside, and did a few other things this morning. So, all right, let's go ahead and put, oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I can see outside my front door window, and for some reason we have people that like to drive their golf carts around our neighborhood, but we don't live in a golfing community. So anyway, there's the inside of our card. That's done. Let's set it aside. We're going to create our thing. I dropped the stamp, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the old olive, and the old olive, in order to get this look, we're going to stamp off. So I'm going to ink up my large leaf on the flat side, and then I'm going to stamp off here so it's not as dark. And I'm just going to keep creating and stamp off each time. And let's see, we're going to go here. And then we're going to do it again, a couple more on there. And like that. I like to turn my paper. It's easier than turning the stamp, in my opinion. And then we're going to go here. All right, so there's our green leaves, our olive green leaf. I'm going to put that aside. We're going to take our medium-sized leaf that we used, and we're on the inside that we did old olive on, but we're going to use it for, you know what, I'm going to close my old olive, otherwise I'll somehow get my hand in it, even if it's not near me. We're going to do our Cajun craze, and I'm just going to stamp. I'm not stamping off on this one. I'm going full strength on color. I'm just gonna stamp here and there. You know, it doesn't have to be completely on the paper. Matter of fact, you might just get a little lift there. And let's go ahead and do one more up here. You know what, I've got, let's see, how do we want to do it? You know what, I want to do one more right there, and I'm going to just do part of one right there. There we go. Now, we're going to put the Cajun craze away because, like I said, I put my ink away right away because if I don't, I put my hand in it or my arm in it. We're going to do crushed curry with the smaller one. And you know what? I love the photopolymer slits for this one because I can sort of see over, and I can just sort of stamp over the one that I actually accidentally dropped on. And we're just going to fill in our spots. This is almost like, oh my goodness, that didn't go down. Let's see if we can put that down. There we go. You know, it's sort of like when you do the four corners technique, you start with the biggest stamp first, and then you go down to the medium stamp, and then you go with the smaller stamp. And that's what we're doing here. We're going to go with the biggest stamp first, which was our big leaf, and then we're going to do smaller stamps as we go. And we just fill in holes. You know what, I stamped that up, but I don't think I need another one. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this stamp off. Actually, I'm gonna just set it off to the side. So there is our cover. And I'm not gonna close up my crushed curry yet because I did, where is the stamp set? I am using the stamp set Sentimental Framing for my sentiments because Natural Botanicals doesn't have one, and I'm going to be using I'm So Grateful because it is an autumn, or I like to think like Thanksgiving card, and so I'm going to use that, and I'm putting it on a piece of white that is 1 inch by 3 1/4 inch, and we're going to just center it in, center it on that. And here's an idea I do all the time. When I'm stamping on smaller pieces, and if it sticks like it did just now, I use my thumb or finger just to ever so slightly, and I'm going to lift my hand up just in case you can't see it. I lift my hand, I push my finger ever so slightly. You know what? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Probably this time it won't stick. So we do that and it sticks, and what I do is I just tap the edge of the paper and it releases it so that you're not accidentally smearing the ink and blurring the sentiment. All right, now we've got this piece of our designer series paper, came from the same packet of Gathering Together, and I'm going to center this on there. Let's see. And we're going to put this in here, center it on that piece of paper. And I'm going to go ahead and attach the designer series paper that we stamped on to the card base first, and then we'll attach our sentiment. And then we're going to be done. I mean, it's that simple. That's what stamp, ink, and paper can be. It can be very simple. It can be a little more in-depth if you are using several layers of paper when you're doing this. But if you're just going real basic, and this is perfect for, like I said before, it's perfect for new stampers who don't have a lot of supplies, or if you're traveling and you don't want to carry a lot of supplies, you can still make some beautiful cards. And as my friend Tammy pointed out in her video today, which if you didn't get a chance to see it, there will be a link to it on my blog post tomorrow. She made 3 cards. Actually, she did the same card, but 3 different color combinations, and it was a beautiful card. And these cards are perfect for if you do craft fairs and you want to mass produce. These kind of cards are perfect for it. And you can always, if you want to, and some of us more advanced or people who have been stamping a little bit longer, we have to restrain ourselves, but we sometimes want to add those little bits of embellishments. You can step it up a little bit by adding an embellishment. So we're going to go ahead and add that right there. And there is our card. Now, if I was to embellish it, I might add a few embellishments here, there, or I might underneath here add, there's some great twine that you can use, or linen thread that would look really nice with this. So it's one of those things, or there's ribbon out there that you can color with Stampin' blends and add, but that's if you want to step it up a few notches, or if you want to take, or not or if, but if you want to take this simple stamp, ink, and paper and elevate it. But if you didn't elevate it, this is still beautiful. I just love the stamps, inks, and paper, and I'm gonna have to get used to doing those a little bit more often when I start traveling, so that I'm not carrying as much equipment. So there is my stamps, inks, and paper simple card. And I would say really this video is about 20 minutes long, and I would say most of it was spent not making the card, but just chatting and giving you tips and tricks. If you were to just sit here and crank out these cards, you could crank a card like this out in probably less than 5 minutes. So perfect for the crafter on the go, perfect for new stampers, perfect for anybody. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Oh, I almost forgot. I will have everything, including supply lists, on my blog tomorrow, www.stampinwithjenn.com. Stampin and Jenn have 2 N's in them. And I will have all the information, including the information on our designer series paper that will be available again September 3rd, when the September online exclusives go live. So anyway, enjoy, and you can find all the details here and find a link to Tammy's videos. She did some beautiful butterfly videos in blues, greens, and peaches, and they were all beautiful. So thank you for joining us. Oh, and next week, just to wrap this up real quick, next week Tammy and I will be doing slimline cards. We're going to be doing it's a sketch challenge, but it's making a slimline card. And if you're not familiar with that, you'll have to come back and check it out. So thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.